Imagine moving into your dream neighborhood, only to realize you've stepped into a nightmare. When I first bought my house, I was excited. Safe streets, nice houses, friendly neighbors, everything I had ever wanted. But little did I know, behind those white picket fences lurked something much darker. The HOA. Now, most people think HOAs are just about keeping things neat and orderly. But my HOA, they took it to another level. Within weeks, I got slapped with a $500 fine for my lawn. That's right, $500 because my grass was supposedly an inch too long. At first, I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. And the more I fought back, the uglier it got. What the HOA didn't realize, though, was that I wasn't about to roll over. And by the end of this story, they were the ones paying the price. When I moved in, everything seemed perfect. Kids played outside, neighbors waved good morning, and the houses looked like they were straight out of a magazine. But the HOA board had a reputation. People whispered about them, but no one said it outright. I brushed it off. How bad could it really be? Well, I learned the hard way. My first week, I got a letter in my mailbox. Your lawn is not in compliance. Grass length exceeds 3.5 inches. You have 7 days to mow it or face a $500 fine. I laughed. I mean, seriously? $500 for grass? I mowed the lawn the same day and thought, okay, that's done. No big deal. But it was only the beginning. A week later, another letter. Trash bins visible from the street. Fine, $150. Then, mailbox paint chipped. Fine, $200. And another, car parked too close to the curb. Fine, $100. It felt like they were watching me constantly, just waiting to pounce. I even caught the HOA president standing outside my house with a clipboard writing notes. She didn't even wave when I looked right at her. But the lawn? That's what triggered the war. 2 months after moving in, I got a big red violation notice on my door. Final warning, your lawn is non-compliant. You owe $500 immediately. Failure to pay will result in legal action. That's when I realized this wasn't about keeping the neighborhood nice. This was about control. They wanted to break me down, but they had picked the wrong homeowner. Instead of paying, I started digging. I pulled out the HOA handbook. I read every line, every clause, every piece of fine print, and then I found the golden ticket. Buried in Section 12, under Enforcement of Violations, was this line: all fines must be directly proportional to the cost of remedy. In simple words, if mowing a lawn costs $50, the HOA couldn't fine me $500. I smiled. This was my way out. But I didn't stop there. I hired 3 different lawn care companies to give me written estimates, all under $70. I took photos and videos of my lawn, proving it was well kept. I even collected testimonies from neighbors who said my lawn looked fine. When the HOA demanded payment again, I ignored them. They threatened legal action. I told them, see you in court. Court day came. I walked in with a binder full of evidence. The HOA board walked in smirking, as if this was already over. They went first. They showed the judge pictures of my lawn. Honestly, the grass didn't even look bad, but they acted like it was a jungle. Then it was my turn. I handed the judge my lawn care estimates, my photos, my videos, and pointed to their own bylaws. I explained calmly, mowing my lawn costs $50, not $500. This fine violates their own rules. The judge looked over the evidence, then looked at the HOA, and he laughed, out loud. Finally, he said, this fine is excessive and unenforceable. Case dismissed. But here's the twist. The HOA didn't just lose. The judge ordered them to pay for my legal fees, which totaled more than $2,000. So not only did I not pay their $500, they ended up paying me. After that, the HOA never bothered me again. The president stopped her little clipboard walks. The letters stopped. And me? I kept my lawn exactly how I wanted. Not too short, not too long, just enough to remind myself that I had won. Every time I mow now, I grin. Because instead of costing me $500, my lawn cost them thousands. The HOA tried to control me, but in the end, I got the last laugh. Ha ha. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to HOA Stories for You for more insane HOA nightmares and satisfying revenge tales. Tell me in the comments, would you fight back against an HOA or just pay the fine to avoid the hassle? Because me, I'll never let an HOA control me again.